The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, they had a 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And the Seahawks.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. It's a solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
30-yard line.
Dancing to his left. He'll run it, and he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 yards there, just like last play. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Throwing is Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nick Bellore. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
Seahawks 14. Dolphins 13. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So a very tight 1st half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. This is taking 10. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school, I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. They'll try it again with Bowden. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
Come on, QB, come on. Check. Smash.
Now the 6-year man from Texas, this is Malcolm Brown. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Go ultra. Hut.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Cheetah. First and 10 at the 22-yard.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. Steps away. Going for it all. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Will Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Salvon Ahmed, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of the defense.
They're going to try and run. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going for Met, and that's caught inside the 30. And down to the 15. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 43 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 2nd and 2. First down marker at the 5-yard line.
7-yard line.
Here's Carson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Grant sets to return it.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not lapping it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Final minute now in the 3rd quarter. They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run again with Carson. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here we go on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the gun, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they influenced the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On 3rd down, Carson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And Tate's got it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. Now Tua, a big spot for the rookie from out. He finds an opening past the 40. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Check 52. Ready, go.
Now they try the right side here. Got some room at the I think the ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, it becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. they'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it.
No doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Alert.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's playing mistake-free football.
I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Got it. 14.
Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened.
He got into the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They'll get 34 yards there.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine your defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. No gain on the play. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
By Aldon Smith. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
2 and now, 3rd and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Brings up 4th and goal.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows?
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
2nd down.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw from his end zone, Wilson flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
43 rail. Ready, go.
Play action, now it's Tua. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Gerald McCoy able to record his 5th sack of the season. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches, 3 tight ends. Tua going to run the sneak, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle down.
Still have hope.
Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Now Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe, but he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long. We'll see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.